What's crazy to me, ladies and gentlemen, is that liberals or crazy dingbats are celebrating Charlie Kirk's death but crying over Jimmy Kimmel's firing. Yes, you heard me correctly, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy Kimmel has officially been fired. Now, if you ask me, this was like gonna happen at some stage. Like the signs were all there, and this was kind of like the proverbial nail in his own damn coffin. He should have just left it to an Instagram post, but do you think Jimmy Kimmel could have done that? No, he's got a very big mouth. And as a result, Jimmy decided to say something and blame MAGA and say that MAGA is using this for their own benefit, their own gain, pretty much, like mocking and saying, like, it's pretty horrible, if you ask me. If you want to blame a political party for assassinating one of their own, that's pretty nuts, Jimmy. Just pointing that out. You should have left it to your Instagram post. Now, I don't know what's crazier, Jimmy Kimmel or the reaction of Jimmy Kimmel's firing. Jimmy Kimmel saying the thing that he said on his show, or the reaction from all the fans of Jimmy Kimmel. And seriously, the ratings were dropping. He wasn't getting that many views. He was constantly criticizing Trump. And yet he also laughed and celebrated the firing of Tucker Carlson. And now everyone wants to go crazy over the fact that he was fired. I mean, liberals are really deranged. They celebrate the death of a human being and then they go crazy over when someone is fired. I just worked that one out for just a moment. Now, if this had been, say, Jimmy Kimmel being taken out, God forbid, or anything bad happening aside from him being fired, guaranteed, man, the deranged leftists would have burnt down cities. That's what they do. They go up in arms. By the way, Trump recognized Antifa as being a terrorist organization. It's about damn time, if you ask me. Now, Jimmy, this is what he said on his show, just in case you guys are wondering what Jimmy said. Have a watch.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
Maybe lying about a deranged leftist murderer wasn't a good career move, eh, Jimmy? Maybe you shouldn't have lied. Maybe you shouldn't have consistently criticized Trump. Maybe you should have just left it as an Instagram post. And my question is, why would you make an Instagram post wishing condolences only to then go on your show and tell everyone, oh, it wasn't a deranged leftist because Jimmy himself is a deranged leftist. It's not one of us. It must be the other side trying to score brownie points. Must be the other side trying to demonize the left. Hey, Jimmy, I don't know if you've noticed, mate, but your side, and it's quite evident by your firing, just how nuts they really are. They're canceling their Disney Plus subscription. Anything ABC or Disney, they've been canceling it in protest. Let's see how long that lasts. Jimmy Kimmel lied about Charlie Kirk's assassin being MAGA. This caused understandable outrage all over America, prompted TV station owners to say they wouldn't air him, and he's now been suspended by his employers. Why is he being heralded as some kind of free speech martyr? That's from Piers Morgan. I don't get it either. Why are people saying that Jimmy Kimmel is like better than Charlie Kirk? He's not funny. And oh, by the way, Charlie said on, I think it was the 6th of the 10th, 2017, Jimmy Kimmel isn't funny. Benny Johnson responds by going, "We did it for you, Charlie, and we're just getting started." The repercussions since Charlie's assassination have been immense, right? You have loads of people that seem to think that they're free from consequences when they say horrible things online. But you're not free from consequences. Rightfully so. There are consequences to our choices and our words. And your words can be very hateful. Your words can cause a great deal of chaos to unfold. That's what they're capable of doing. And you've got to be very careful of the tongue. The Bible is quite clear about the tongue. It is very deceitful and very wicked. It's you can't really bridle it, or you can try to. It can cause lots, and I mean lots of problems, man. Case in point, Jimmy Kimmel is learning that for himself right now. And it would seem that many others are actually starting to realize and learn the realities of what happens when you celebrate someone's death or you lie about someone that is quite prominent. Now, Trump has threatened that there will be more pressure put on major news corporations that continuously lie. And I can see why he's done that, right? I can see that the radical left is controlling the mainstream media. They're always, painting certain stories out like they're always lying. And the mainstream media, the legacy media, they're really bad faith individuals. You don't hate them nearly enough. The New York Times, ABC, MSNBC. I mean, MSNBC was trying to humanize the killer. You even had ABC, one of their so-called journalists, saying that the love affair was quite beautiful or something along those lines. These people are nuts. Really nuts. Disgusting. And most of them get away with it, but not now. I think these guys have poked the bear way too much. Gone are the days where you can just go out there and say some very horrible things and get away with it. Because now there's something called accountability. And it's happening right before our very eyes. And guess who is behind that? The Trump administration. So I may not agree or like everything that Trump does, but mate, is he making people accountable for their actions? There should be consequences for saying things that this guy is saying, lying on air to loads of people, trying to tarnish Charlie's name and then make MAGA out to be like they're the horrible party and that they're just using this for their advantage. I mean, how twisted is that? No, there's something that the radical left would do. They've done that, believe it or not, many times. Not use someone's like murder, but they've lied consistently about the other side, constantly painting Trump as a Nazi and the followers as Nazis. I mean, Kimmel was part of that, I believe. Like, he hates Trump. Oh, by the way, Jimmy Kimmel faces federal investigation. I'm telling viewers, Charlie Kirk, suspect Tyler Robinson with MAGA. Oh, dear. Late night host Jimmy Kimmel could be probed by federal investigators after telling his audience that Charlie Kirk, suspected killer, was a MAGA supporter. Oh, dear. Federal Communications Commission boss Brendan Carr told conservative podcaster Benny Johnson on Wednesday he was considering an investigation into Kimmel and his network ABC over remarks the host made. Oh, dear. Prosecutors say the suspect, who was charged with killing Kirk at a university event in Orem, Utah, had leftist leanings. When you look at the conduct that has taken place by Jimmy Kimmel, it appears to be some of the sickest conduct possible. Well, yeah, there's been lots more sicker things, I think, but it's still pretty sick, if you ask me. As you've indicated, there are avenues here for the FCC, so there are some ways in which I need to be a little bit careful because we could be called ultimately to be a judge on some of these claims that come up. Kimmel's comments about Robinson came during his Monday night monologue. We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them. Yeah. And doing everything they can to score political points from it. In response to Kimmel's remarks, Carr floated the idea of suspending the host one of several prospective remedies of the situation. Like, I think you need to be careful what you say, especially in today's day and age. And again, like, I'm all for freedom of speech, and we should be protecting it at all costs. You should be allowed to say stuff. If you say something that is really horrible or that it's a lie, and you can't back it up with facts, with truth, depending on what that crazy claim is, if you're doing harm to a person, if you're actually inciting violence or it's to do with a person that has died, it's really distasteful, then by all means, consequences need to bring about accountability and you need to be punished as a way. Like, I'm a free speech absolutist. Doesn't mean that I'm going, no, you're free from consequences. If we live in that sort of world, my friends, then everyone will get away with pretty much anything. Like, it doesn't matter what they say or what they do. It's just freedom from literally anything. No, it doesn't work that way, I'm afraid. Anyway, I kind of think that it's a good thing that one less dingbat is on the air, but that's just me. And again, like I said in the very beginning, he had it coming. The ratings were low, viewership was low. No one was really watching him anymore. I think the executives were going, yeah, this is just the final nail in the coffin. I think they were just tired of having to deal with it. And it's kind of like the View host, right? Having to do legal notice all the time. Got to do a legal note so we don't get sued. Yeah, kind of similar to that, except they just had enough. Like, we'll get rid of him. Anyway, that's enough from me. You guys take care. Be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.